寝てるし。さすがにリラックスしすぎだよ。
早く終わったと思えば説明してくれるわよね。はい。
The Second Prettiest Girl episode 3. I'm not sure for you, but you know your truth. I'm not sure why I keep watching this show. Maybe I just like to self-torture in anime form. I'm not really sure. For me, this episode wasn't terrible. It was saved by the parents. I will say that for sure. And I don't know how you guys felt about it, but for me, the episode was pretty like, it was a pretty nothing burger until the introduction of Maki's parents and Umei's parents, or mother, I should say. But until the introduction of the parents, the episode was pretty blasé, pretty bland. You know what I mean? Like, it was just kind of like a nothing burger of an episode. And, you know, Umei and Maki, they share their Friday nights together, and they end up sharing I think they're reading a manga. And they're reading manga together, and Umei fell asleep, so then Maki fell asleep as well too. And he ended up getting woken up by his mom. And his mom goes like, hey, what you doing there, buddo? What you doing there, bucko? And he's like, ah, crap. Got caught by Mama Bear. And she calls Maki's mom calls Umei's parents and is like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna have, you know, her sleep here. It's super late. I'm assuming it's probably past midnight or close to midnight or something like that. It was super late. And Umei's mom's like, yeah, you know, whatever, take care of my daughter, blah, 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 blah. So they do that, and he gets scolded by his mom, and he's like, I'll go apologize, etc., etc. And she's like, hey, you know, she's a girl, you know, whatever. She has trust in her kid, but she's like, hey, by the way, like, perception's everything, dude. Like, she's a girl, you're a boy, regardless of you guys not doing anything, it could be perceived different. So he understood it, and I was like, okay, that's a mature take on it, you know, from the parent and for him. So the parent part is like, yeah, okay. Then he goes and meets Umei's mom. She's basically like she's a clone of her mother. Mother looks the same. Whether you want to say it's good looking or not, you know, the show says that she's super pretty, so you have to assume that as well. I don't really like Umei's design in the show. I don't really feel like she's represented as being super pretty. I think Nina in the show, which is like the red hair girl, I think she's prettier than both of the girls, but whatever. So her mom's basically like a clone, and her mom's really funny too. Her mom's like, ooh, we need to invite you to have a sleepover here so I can watch you sleep and yada, 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 yada. And she's like, oh, you know, what's my baby like? What's my daughter like? And, you know, she doesn't tell me nothing. Give me the inside scoop. And the mom's just really funny. So the episode overall was saved to me by the parents, because before that, nothing really happened. I'll go by her last name, because Amami keeps inserting herself and tries to befriend Maki, and we don't know why, but she just has an interest in him. You know, she explains to us like, oh, because he looks you in the eye, and basically he's not a horn dog, and, you know, he's different. You know, he's depicted as a loner kid or whatever, right? So he's different. So she has an interest in that. And she knows that Umei has an interest in him. So that kind of, you know, spurs her interest more, whether she wants to say it or not. And I think her interest is innocent. I don't think it's like, oh, he's gonna be my next boyfriend, or I'm trying to steal him from Umei. I don't think it's anything like that. I think she's just purely innocent interest. And just trying to have a friend, right? I think that's really where this Amami girl is coming from. She just seems... They depict her like a dog. I very much see that. She seems like, you know, man's best friend type deal. So they have that. They hang out, and he cooks her pancakes, or, you know, and they share a moment. Umei gets jealous a little bit. And she gets jealous, and she gets all flustered because, you know, he doesn't make plans with Amami because he has plans with Umei, and that's the whole thing. And yeah. It was pretty much a nothing burger, dude, before that. And then the episode ends with some drama about next week is like a festival, and Maki gets assigned as like the representative of the boys, and Maki gets assigned as the representative of the boys, and Amami shouts out because some of the boys are making fun of him for whatever reason. And that's where we get like the ending, like a cliffhanger of her saying like, why do you not like him? Blah, blah, blah. Again, kind of a nothing burger. You know, one of the things that these kind of shows really struggle in is like, he's got some style. His hair is well done. Like he's not out there, you know, slanging social, like he's not having these social interactions, but he's not a loser. He's a loner, but not a loser. And he seems like he's decent looking. Like he doesn't seem any better or less looking than all the other boys in the class, based on what I see. So because of that, it's really hard to be like, oh, well, why is he hated so much? He just doesn't really associate with the other kids. So the things that these shows really struggle with is like, when they show these loser characters, they typically aren't any worse off than some of the other kids that they show. So I really wish that they would show some other people's perspective on why they view him this way. You know, some guy was like, oh, nobody wants to be with stinky Maki. Show his view on like why he hates him though. You know what I mean? With Amami, with her interest, you know, show us why is she so interested in him? Like give me an insight on her and let me know why she hates him so much or why she's interested in him so much. You know what I mean? Like give me her like inside dialogue. Like give me her inside baseball on like why does she like him so much? When it comes to Umei, give me the same deal, right? Like, give me some inside baseball on their perspective on why they are interested in him so much. Obviously, Umei's like the, you know, they have like their shared interest, but like, what was the initial spark, right? What was going through her head? These shows that are like, you know, loser dates the gyaru or whatever, it's like, they never really show us their point of view. So it's like, show us their point of view. It just needs something else because it's boring. Again, I think this episode was saved by Maki and Umei's moms, but I would really love to see their perspective because the show needs something more because the content is it's pretty by the numbers, pretty boring. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, my friends. This episode was it was a 6 out of 10. It definitely wasn't a 7. It was a 6 out of 10. So 6 out of 10 is where I land. That's kind of where I'm landing with the show altogether. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.